From Collaborate Space Studios in Lynbrook, this is SportsBash presented by TicketBash.com. TicketBash.com, where memories are made affordable and where you'll never pay a service fee. SportsBash is also presented by the Ryan Anthony Head Start Fund, a group of like-minded individuals trying to raise awareness to our future generations of all possibilities of success other than just college. For more information, visit www.lookwhomadeit.org. SportsBash is brought to you by the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Every customer is considered family at the Embassy Diner. Mention SportsBash, get a free dessert with your meal. By Coaches Collectibles, your number one source for 100% authentic sports memorabilia and live public autograph events. Check them out online at coachescollectiblesny.com. Stay tuned to find out about the Coaches Collectibles item of the week. And by the Marty Lyons Foundation, the official charity of Sports Bash Media. For more information, go to martylyonsfoundation.org. Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz. A happy Thursday, everybody. We are here at Collaborate Space Studios in Lynbrook, so we thank Chris Ganem and his staff for having us back here, as Tony Walker at Governors is on a very, very well-deserved vacation. So he is away. So the studio is closed at Governors. So we are here at Collaborate, and we always love coming by here. We appreciate during the construction at Governors that Chris had us here at his studio. So we are back here for today, and also this coming Tuesday we will be here. So today's show and Tuesday's show you'll be able to watch live on the Sports Bash Media YouTube and Facebook. But as we normally say, make sure you're subscribing to Gov's Comedy Club podcast page on YouTube and Facebook. Follow Sports Bash Media on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to check out Collaborate Space on Instagram. If you're looking to do any kind of podcast work or any kind of photography, Chris Ganem is your man to call, so check them out on Instagram. He's got a very stoic look on his face right now because inside he is so excited that I said that to go to his Instagram, Collaborate Space on Instagram. If you're looking to book a photo shoot or you want to do a podcast, this is the place to be. We still go to Governors because basically Tony holds us hostage there. So unless it's closed, if it's closed, we come here. If it's open, we go there by contractual status. So there you go for that. Coming up on the show, really cool guest on the show today. I have known this guy, and I don't know if it means I'm too old or he's too old, maybe a little bit of both, but I have known this guy for 35 years. He was a longtime, legendary PR director for the New York Knicks, John Cirillo, and now he is an independent PR director. He actually did some work with Yonkers Raceway for a while, but he has a brand new book out. He is from Sheepshead Bay in Brooklyn, and he's got a great new book out called Marbles on an Unpaved Road, an Ode to Sheepshead Bay. And we're going to take a look at the cover of that photo, and also a cover of the book, and also a photo of John. We're going to have John on the program today to talk about that book. And we'll also, listen, he's got a lot of Knicks in his blood, so we'll talk about his days with the Knicks as well. But I'm looking forward to talking to him about that book because not that I ever lived in Sheepshead Bay, but I've got family from Sheepshead Bay. So when he came out with this book, it struck a chord with me. So we're going to have some fun with it coming up in a little bit. We're also going to have the TicketBash.com sports and concert calendar combined today because we did not have a show on Tuesday. So we'll combine the sports and concert calendar on the program today. The Sports Bash Media poll question of the day, and we'll take a look at the Coaches Collectibles item of the week. Lots to talk about before we bring John on a little bit later, and we're also going to tell you about some upcoming shows that we have already booked, and we are very, very excited about all of them. We're going to tell you about it in the last segment. But I want to start by talking about local baseball and local football. Let me start with the football first, just because I have it fresh in my mind from being at Jets training camp with my family yesterday. I covered the Jets for a long time for multiple outlets, and my feeling on this it has been built up and built up and built up as a fan and as a member of the media. Way too often I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. All right, I'm going to come out and say it. I think the reaction to what happens at training camp and what happens in preseason games is way overblown sometimes. Now, there are some times where you see something in training camp, a guy will emerge, make the team, go on a great career. And I'll give you an example, both Jets and Giants, and they were both wide receivers. Remember when Wayne Chrebet came on the scene? He was at Hofstra, undrafted. Nobody knew who the hell the guy was. Jets are practicing at Hofstra. They sign him. They bring him in for training camp. He makes the team, and he goes on to a Jets Ring of Honor career with gangrene. Look at what happened with the Giants. Victor Cruz had an amazing training camp one year. Remember they had that big night in a preseason game against the Jets, and he actually torched the Jets in that regular season game that kind of put the Jets on a go in this direction. The Giants went that way towards the Super Bowl. Well, it happens. But for the most part, when you see what happens in training camp practices, you if you're on Twitter, you see the reports. The beat writers will always say, oh, so-and-so hooked up with so-and-so, beautiful play, terrible play by the defense. And like if you're a fan, like, oh, okay, that's interesting, right? And then, the defense had a bad day. The offense had a bad day. As someone who was at training camp a lot when I covered the Jets, yes, you look at certain things that happen. You do. How could you not be excited if you're at training camp and I'll take the Jets, for example. Let's say you're at Jets training camp and Justin Fields throws a bomb to Garrett Wilson. Well, if you're a fan sitting in the stands like I was yesterday with my family, you're going to jump out of your seat and say, hey, that was a great play. But on the flip side, you can also see what Justin Fields did yesterday by throwing a terrible pick. It happens. It happens. That's why I always say, let's not go crazy over what you see in training camp and preseason games. You want to look for little tiny things, maybe a guy who's trying to make the team. You watch him in the second half. And that was why I was excited to go with my family to the Jet-Giant game Saturday night, because you wanted to see some of these guys who were fighting for a job. And some guys impressed, some guys didn't. The reason I bring all this up is this ridiculous overreaction to Justin Fields and the training camp and the preseason that he has had so far. And if you pay attention to what the writers are telling you on Twitter during the week, what fans are writing, fans who are trying to be media, who are watching in the stands are telling you, take it with a grain of salt. That's all I'm saying. Look, Justin Fields has not had the greatest 3-year run in the NFL, and the Jets are taking a big chance on him with this 2-year deal that can probably get out of it after the first year. I believe they can. But he's a stopgap quarterback. That's all he is. He's a stopgap. The assumption here is that the Jets are going to be bad here for a year or two again, and they'll eventually draft a new quarterback. Darren Muji, the new GM, has already started to put his fingerprints all over the Jets with the trades, made 2 for defensive tackles yesterday, and you have a new head coach in Aaron Glenn. They didn't draft a quarterback this year in the draft. They probably know what lies ahead. That they could say till the cows come home that they're going to try to win this year. But, I mean, even myself, I try to be optimistic as a Jet fan. Are the Jets going to win 5, 6, 7 games this year? Maybe. That might take them out of the runnings to draft a quarterback again. And we don't know how Justin Fields is going to do. And I'm tired of hearing, like, that was a terrible pass. That was a good pass. Nice run by Justin. Okay, this is what he is. But all I'm saying is that let's just pump the brakes on ripping the signing and ripping him and saying he's no good. This offense is going to be terrible. You can't judge that on training camp and preseason games. All I'm saying is let's let it play out to September 7th when the Jets play the Steelers in the opener, and let's just see how this all unfolds. Not everybody plays in all the preseason games. Players have been banged up. This player is missing practice. That player is missing this practice. I'm just saying, it is crazy to overreact to something that it really will have no bearing. You want to look at the fringe guys who are trying to be spots 45 to 53 on the roster. You want to look at that. You want to dissect that. I have a hard time sitting here dissecting a guy who you know is going to be the starting quarterback. Now, you want to have a conversation about who the backup's going to be because Tyrod Taylor's hurt, and you want to have the conversation between Adrian Martinez and Brady Cook. Well, I'll go with Brady Cook because I think he's thrown a better ball than Adrian Martinez has so far during training camp. But let's not have this overreaction to Justin Fields. Let's just see how it works out. To me, Saturday night, it kind of looked like the Jets weren't even trying offensively. It really looked like they left a lot to be desired. They played a very vanilla offense on the first two drives. I'm just saying, get me to the opener against the Steelers. Let's see how it all shakes out. Let's see if the Jets acquire a second wide receiver by that point, and we'll go from there. Now, on the flip side, if I'm a Giants fan, and I'm not, I just try to play one here on Sports Talk Radio, podcasting. But if you're a Giants fan, you've got to be thrilled with two things. Number one, that Giants defense is going to be freaking amazing this year. It had signs of it last year. I think it's going to be even better this year. And that has been a trait of the Giants going back to the 80s when Parcells led the Giants to a couple of Super Bowls. And you had Lawrence Taylor and Harry Carson and George Martin and all those guys, Carl Banks. The Giants have always, it seems, historically have had a respectable, at the worst, great, at the best defense. And this Giants defense got a chance to be really good. Abdul Carter is going to be good. I had the little issue going on with the Jets from Saturday night's game, but Abdul Carter is going to be a great player for the Giants. Of course, Dexter Lawrence, that defense is going to be phenomenal. And here's the thing, long-term, I think if you're a Giant fan, you want to be more excited about, because I think just like the Jets, the Giants are not going to have a winning season this year. They'll probably be battling to stay 500. And I think when you're looking at the end of the day, both Jets and Giants will be on the outside looking into the playoffs. But I think this is where the Giants fans get really excited. Jackson Dart, their first-round pick quarterback, their second first-round pick. Watching him play in person against the Jets on Saturday night, man, again, if you're a Giant fan, you've got to be excited. Here is a kid that he's got moxie. He's got a terrific arm. He has done so well in these first two preseason games. I didn't see a lot of the first one against Buffalo, but I watched every pass he threw on Saturday night, and this kid looks like he's got it. Now, they're doing the right thing. Russell Wilson is the starter. Jameis Winston is your veteran backup, and Jackson Dart is your number 3. I think that's the way the season has to start. I do think there will be a point during the season, and we talked about this on the show last week. There will be a point in this season where the Giants, it will certainly look like they're not going to make the playoffs. And I think that's when they make the switch. And I think they'll make the switch and they'll put Jackson Dart in as the starter. And then I think you'll see them trade either Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston. Probably Jameis Winston. By that point, there'll be a team that's in need of a quarterback. You'll have 2 veterans. You've made the commitment to go to Jackson Dart. And I think the Giants will trade one of those quarterbacks. But he is terrific. And for where they got him in the first round to what I think he can mean for that team going forward, I think the Giants have found their young quarterback of the future, and I think that future is going to come quicker than a lot of people think, especially if the Giants falter and don't win as much as we think they're not going to win. And I think that that's what's going to wind up happening. I think they'll be, maybe it's with 5 games to go, maybe it's with 6 games to go in the season. Somewhere along those lines, you'll see Jackson Dart as the starting quarterback for the Giants. And a couple of minutes before we take a break, and we're going to get to John Cirillo in a little bit. The Mets and Yankees look like they've turned things around a little bit. The Yankees, for sure, after taking care of business over the weekend and the last 2 games against Tampa. And here's where the Yankees do well, when they hit home runs. And they hit 9 on Tuesday and 5 more last night. And this is the good thing about the Yankees, and this is the bad thing about the Yankees. When they're hitting home runs like this, they're pretty much unstoppable because they can out-homer bad pitching. If their starting pitchers don't do well and they have the power working, then it's not a problem. But again, this is not really your recipe for success getting into October. You want to be able to manufacture runs and pitch well. So what the Yankees are doing right now is great. It's got them back in contention for the division championship. They're only 4 games behind the Blue Jays, and now they've got a couple of game lead for the number 1 wild card. They have a big 4-game series with the Red Sox starting tonight in the Bronx. But all is not fixed. Max Fried has faltered in the second half of the year. They've got to get that together. It's a good start, but there's still a lot more to fix with the Yankees. As far as the Mets go, and I said on the show, and this is why in baseball, 162 games, things can flip back and forth. I said last week, I felt the Mets had a better shot at getting things turned around than the Yankees. And right now, it's looking like the Yankees are getting things turned around better than the Mets. I still feel the Mets have it in them to get on a run here. Maybe not win the division, but certainly solidify a wild card spot. They've only got a half-game lead in that 3rd wild card spot. They got to get things going. Kodai Senga was very disappointing last night. And the Mets, just when you thought, they win the series against Seattle, including the Little League Classic on Sunday night, and then they get off to a good start in Washington on Tuesday, excuse me. But win one, lose one's not going to cut it for the Mets. They got to get on a roll here. And I still think they have it in them. I didn't know if the Yankees had it in them. I thought the Yankees would still get a playoff spot. But what we've seen the last couple of nights from the Yankees is a good thing. And at least it's a good step in the right direction. And we'll see where it winds up going. So good things and bad things to look at. Jets and Giants. We'll see how it plays out tonight. The Giants have their final preseason game against the Patriots. The Jets will play their final preseason game tomorrow at home against the Eagles. And then it's, a couple of weeks until the season starts. And of course, the Yankees and the Mets, some big, series this weekend. Mets in Atlanta, and the Yankees are home to the Red Sox. So hopefully it'll be a good weekend sports-wise for everybody involved here in the New York area. We'll talk a little bit about the Knicks, because that's the background of our next guest, but he also has a brand new book. And we're going to talk to John Cirillo, legendary Knicks PR director, when we come back with more Sports Bash right after this.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage.
In 1982, the Marty Lyons Foundation began with a single heartfelt mission to bring moments of joy and hope to critically ill children by granting wishes that make their dreams come true. Since that day, we have touched the lives of over 8,500 families, raising over $43 million to grant wishes that offer a beacon of light in their darkest times. These precious wishes cost an average of $6,700 each, and your support is crucial to our mission. Every donation, big or small, makes a difference. And with 76 cents of every dollar going directly to supporting our families, you can rest assured your support truly changes lives. The Marty Lyons Foundation operates 11 chapters in 14 states now, working tirelessly to reach as many children as we can. This dedication goes hand in hand with our commitment to transparency and accountability, earning us top ratings on Charity Navigator, Great Nonprofits, and Candid, which underscores our dedication to those we serve. The Marty Lyons Foundation grants wishes to children ages 3 to 17. And what really makes this foundation so special is our willingness to grant not only a first wish, but also consider a second wish to a child who continues to battle a life-threatening illness. We stand by these children, offering them hope and strength through the power of dreams, giving our children the courage to wish for more.
What's your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to live in the big house and drive the nice car? No. Your purpose in this life is to make it a little bit better for those that follow and realize that we live for today to see a better tomorrow.
Visit MartyWyonsFoundation.org to learn more.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention SportsBash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage.
In 1982, the Marty Lyons
By the way,
Foundation
my wife
began
texted
with a
me. She
single
said that
heartfelt mission to bring moments of joy and hope to critically ill children by granting wishes that make their dreams come true. Since that day, we have touched the lives of over 8,500 families, raising over $43 million to grant wishes that offer a beacon of light in their darkest times. These precious wishes cost an average of $6,700 each, and your support is crucial to our mission. Every donation, big or small, makes a difference. And with 76 cents of every dollar going directly to supporting our families, you can rest assured your support truly changes lives. The Marty Lyons Foundation operates 11 chapters in 14 states now, working tirelessly to reach as many children as we can. This dedication goes hand in hand with our commitment to transparency and accountability, earning us top ratings on Charity Navigator, Great Nonprofits, and Candid, which underscores our dedication to those we serve. The Marty Lyons Foundation grants wishes to children ages 3 to 17. And what really makes this foundation so special is our willingness to grant not only a first wish, but also consider a second wish to a child who continues to battle a life-threatening illness. We stand by these children, offering them hope and strength through the power of dreams, giving our children the courage to wish for more.
What's your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to live in the big house and drive the nice car? No. Your purpose in this life is to make it a little bit better for those that follow and realize that we live for today to see a better tomorrow.
Visit MartyWyonsFoundation.org to learn more and get involved.
All right, welcome back to Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com and the Ryan Anthony Head Start Fund. Still trying to get hooked up with John Cirillo. We're still efforting that, so hopefully we'll have John on in a scheduled spot here. We're still trying to reach him. He is not dialed in yet, so hopefully we will get him in just a moment. In the meantime, we'll kind of flip segments a little bit. We'll tell you some other stuff, and then hopefully John will dial in while we're here in segment. Let's get to the event and sports calendar brought to you by TicketBash.com. Tonight, the 21st, the Liberty home taking on the Chicago Sky at Barclays Center. And the Yankees start their 4-game series tonight against the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. And they also play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th. Concert-wise, Lady Gaga will be at Madison Square Garden tomorrow, the 22nd, the 23rd, and also Tuesday, the 26th. And you can grab tickets to all these events and more at TicketBash.com. They've got no service fees and the best prices around. Abracadabra is the Lady Gaga new song. It's a good song. She's someone, man, when she first started, she was kind of gross, wasn't she? Like, I know my nieces had gone to see her in concert at the Garden, and that was when like she had that bloody look. It's kind of gross, right? I mean, her music is really good from the beginning, but like for some reason, her persona called for her to have that little bloody look. And seeing it on television a little bit, like, ew, right? But she became like glamour. And she was doing these duets with older singers, and she's got some voice, a great actress as well. And she really turned out to be one heck of an iconic star. And that's got to be some show at Madison Square Garden. You can get those tickets at ticketbash.com. No service fees and the best prices around. Let us get to Coach's Collectibles item of the week. There's a great story about this. It's a Jets Super Bowl III ring with a mini Vince Lombardi trophy, boxed set. Look at this. It's a beautiful piece from our friends at Coach's Collectibles, the item of the week. And the reason why, and Chris, hold the picture there for just a moment. So a week ago or so, a week and a half ago, was the Marty Lyons Foundation bowling event at Levittown Lanes here on Long Island. And one of the great things, in addition to bowling and meeting some great people, they have like a lot of raffle prizes and auctions and things like that. One of the raffle prizes was this item: Jets Super Bowl III replica ring and Vince Lombardi trophy. And you buy a whole bunch of raffle tickets at this event and you put them in the different things. So I'm like, wow, I got to get that. And I was last year at the event, I won like a David Cohn autographed piece. It was really, really nice. This year I didn't win Bupkis, and I really wanted that. And I told Dom at Coach's Collectibles when he sent me the picture yesterday, I'm like, oh my God, I wanted that. I put in all those raffle tickets and I didn't get it. Well, I'm glad to let everybody know. Maybe I shouldn't, pound my chest about this, but I have one on the way. It's coming. That'll be a great addition to the collection, right? I'm sure my wife will be thrilled that there's more stuff coming into the house. But we'll find a good place for it. China cabinet. What, you want one here? Oh, Chris wants one. We'll have to ask Dom if we can get another one. I thought you were pointing that John was on the line, but he is not on the line. Okay. Oh, no problem, Chris. It's okay. You don't bite. More Coaches Collectible stuff. They've done a great job. They did this during the Knicks playoffs, and they were very, very well attended. And he's done a few of these Met watch parties. He's got another one this Saturday night, August 23rd at Bull Smith's Tavern in Smithtown. And the event will be hosted by former Met outfielder Endy Chavez. The Mets will be playing the Braves in Atlanta at 7:10. And of course, if you're a Met fan, you remember the Endy Chavez catch in the playoffs against the Cardinals. Now, it's a revered play in Mets history, but the Mets also didn't win the game. But it's still a great catch. They actually, the following year, they had a bobblehead night of Chavez making that catch. And I believe we have that bobblehead in the Schwartz household. But you get a chance to meet Endy Chavez, have some great food and drink, watch the Mets and the Braves on the screens there at Bull Smith's Tavern, thanks to our friends at Coach's Collectibles. Also, that's not all. Coach's Collectibles' next live exclusive athlete event will be Monday, September 15th. With Mets infielder Ronnie Mauricio. And this event, I could walk to this. It's a long walk. I've walked it before, but it's a really long walk. Mulcahy's in Wantagh. Ronnie Mauricio's first ever public event, 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday, September 15th. And it's a great chance to meet him. And there's the menu of what items you can get autographed that night. And we're going to talk to Dom at Coach's Collectibles. And we'll see. Maybe we might be able to go down there and record an interview with Ronnie Mauricio and play it back the next day on SportsBash. What do you think, Dom? You watching? Could get a little chat with Ronnie Mauricio that night. We'll come by. I'll walk. If it means getting the interview, I'll walk from my house to Mulcahy's. And I know my family is saying he's not going to do that. If it means getting the interview with Ronnie Mauricio, I'll walk from my house to Mulcahy's, as long as it's a nice night. If it's raining or whatever like that, then I'm getting in the car. But if it's a nice night and it's nice, probably about a half an hour. I don't know, I think it'd be a half an hour walk from my house to Mulcahy's. Maybe a little bit more. Chris, you know where I live, and you know where Mulcahy's is. You think it's an hour walk from my house to Mulcahy's?
Yeah. Depends if you're running or walking.
No, I don't run. My running days are over. But you think it's an hour walk?
I think it would, if it was me, it'd take me probably an hour.
An hour walk?
At least it's cold today, but in this heat,
Yeah. Well, if it's an hour walk, then I'm driving. I'm sorry, all bets are off. I'm not walking for an hour. If it was like a half an hour, maybe I'd think about it. As long as my wife picked me up at the end, then I wouldn't want to walk back. Coaches Collectibles is your number one source for 100% authentic sports memorabilia and live public autograph events. Check them out online at coachescollectiblesny.com. Still no word from John Cirillo. Very, very disappointing. Haven't heard back from him. I just tried reaching out. And of course, in these situations, you just hope everything is okay. You don't want to make a big deal about it. Hopefully everything is okay. So we hope John reaches out to us again. We got plenty of time on the show. He can still call for what was supposed to be the third segment. He can call back. It's time for the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day. We post a new poll question every Tuesday and Thursday on the Sports Bash Media X/Twitter page. This is for Yankee fans. I've been kind of outspoken about this because I don't like to see my captain hurt all the time. And I think maybe the time is drawing near where maybe Aaron Judge no longer plays the outfield for the Yankees. So here's the question. Yankee fans, should Aaron Judge play first base? And I'm going to give you four choices. No, that's stupid, Peter. Don't put Aaron Judge at first base. Once in a while, once a week, or move him there permanently. Now, I think eventually Aaron Judge is going to be a first baseman. I do. And I think you're even starting to see signs of it, kind of innuendo from the Yankees about it. But I think in the meantime, get it. First of all, he's not playing the outfield right now as he comes back from the injury. He's being the DH. But once in a while, once a week, play first base. Don't run in the outfield. I think eventually he's going to wind up playing first base. I do. So right now I would say once in a while. That would be my choice. So we'll see. I know it's a hot topic conversation with the Yankees, and then you hear a lot of fans on social media say, maybe it's time to get him out of the outfield. I think it's time too. Some schedule notes right now. I was going to save this for the end of the show, but John Cirillo has not dialed in yet, so we do hope to get him on at some point. So let me give you the information I was going to give you at the end of the show. Next week, we are here at Collaborate Space Studios in Lynbrook on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Guest still to be determined, working on that right now. So we'll have that Tuesday. Next Thursday at 1 o'clock, we are back at Governor's, and my guest on that show is going to be social media sports influencer Madison Eisen, and you may know her from social media as Major League Mad and Maddie the Sports Girl, but huge Yankees fan, huge Giants fan, and she's big on social media. She's got a big following. She does a lot of work with Fanatics and some other companies. So we're going to have Maddie on the show next week, talk a little sports with her, find out how her career is going. I know she just graduated from Penn State University, so we congratulate her and her family on that. And now an aspiring career in sports. So we'll talk to Maddie on the show. And if you're a big sports fan and you're on social media a lot, you can't help but not have seen her. So we're very, very happy to have her on the program next week. Wednesday, September 5th. And, Peter, you don't do a show on Wednesday. You do a show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're pointing at me? Did John call in, or am I going out of order?
I'm getting ready to hit the slide.
The slide? Oh, I thought you were pointing at me. Chris, we could not have lost our chemistry that fast. No, I mean, we had every day at the airport, on LA News Radio, it's
only like a year.
Yeah, it's like a year. It's okay. It's we'll have these little get-togethers once in a while when Governors is closed. Wednesday, September 5th, we're going to do a special Sports Bash NFL preview show, 5 to 6 p.m. We'll be at Governors for that. We'll have all the bells and whistles. We'll have phone calls. We're going to have guests. We're already working on the guest list for that night. We hope to have. Here's my my wish list: a Jet guest, a Giant guest, and an NFL, all-around NFL guest. And I've already, if I get the person who I reached out to today as the NFL guest, I'll be very, very happy. He's been on the show before, if that's a clue. And kids probably know him. He's an NFL broadcaster, but kids probably know him more from another aspect of football. I know my kids, if they're watching, they know who this is going to be. And that'll be on Wednesday, September 5th, 5 o'clock, Jets, Giants, NFL preview. The season will start the next night with the first game of the season. So we're looking forward to that. What do we got next? Oh, this just happened before the show. I look like I'm not prepared here because I had to write some things down. I'm going out of order on my script. Tuesday, September 4th, we have booked our next FOP, and I'm very excited about. Yes, it's the picture you just showed me, Chris. I have known this guy for a long time. He used to work for the Islanders, became a really amazing author. He always sends me his new books. Now, for me, I like to pass them on to my family because the rest of my family are all Met fans, but I enjoy reading his books anyway, even though most of them are about the Mets. It's Brett Topel, a good buddy of mine who used to work for the Islanders, and he's come out with a lot of books over the years. So you think you're a Mets fan? No, I don't. I'm a Yankee fan, but it's a great book anyway. My favorite book that he wrote was When Shea Was Home. And we're going to talk a lot about that when Brett is my FOP on Tuesday, September 4th. He wrote this book when Shea was home. And if you remember, in 1975, the Yankees, Mets, Jets, and Giants all called Shea Stadium home. You remember Yankee Stadium was getting renovated. The Giants were still nomads waiting for Giant Stadium to get built in the Meadowlands. They had left Yankee Stadium after the 73 season. They went to play at the Yale Bowl, and then they played at Shea Stadium. And then they went home to Giant Stadium. So 1975, Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets all called Shea Stadium home. Great book. We'll talk to him about that. We'll talk a little current baseball, Yankees and Mets. Looking forward to that on Tuesday, September 4th. On Thursday, September 6th, this is another show that I'm really looking forward to. We've had Billy on the show before. Billy Kosh, the head football coach at Stony Brook, is going to be on the show on, I think I got the dates wrong. Brett Topel, that's Tuesday, September 2nd for Brett Topel. I got my dates all mixed up. This is what happens when I don't pay attention when I'm writing. Brett Topel is Tuesday, September 2nd. He's the FOP for the hour. Thursday, September 4th, Stony Brook head coach Billy Kosh will join us September 4th. That Saturday, September 6th, Stony Brook will play their home opener at 6 o'clock here on Long Island. So we'll have Billy on the show. And stay tuned to my social media platforms and also on our shows next week. We're going to be giving away pairs of tickets to see the Stony Brook home opener on September 6th against Rhode Island. And if you've never been to a game at Laval Stadium, what have you been waiting for? It is an unbelievable place to go see football, a great venue, and it's Saturday night under the lights. Great night for the home opener for Stony Brook. We got a chance to check that out on September 6th. We got some really good shows coming up next week and the week after. So we are looking forward to that as well. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to give John Cirillo a couple more minutes to dial in. And then when we come back, if he's not with us, we'll say goodbye. If not, then we'll have John Cirillo on the show. We're going to try to reach out to him one more time. Hopefully everything is okay. But we'll come back with more Sports Bash right after this.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage.
In 1982, the Marty Lyons
By the
Foundation
way, my wife
began
texted
with a
me. She
single
said that the,
heartfelt mission to bring moments of joy and hope to critically ill children by granting wishes that make their dreams come true. Since that day, we have touched the lives of over 8,500 families, raising over $43 million to grant wishes that offer a beacon of light in their darkest times. These precious wishes cost an average of $6,700 each, and your support is crucial to our mission. Every donation, big or small, makes a difference. And with 76 cents of every dollar going directly to supporting our families, you can rest assured your support truly changes lives. The Marty Lyons Foundation operates 11 chapters in 14 states now, working tirelessly to reach as many children as we can. This dedication goes hand in hand with our commitment to transparency and accountability, earning us top ratings on Charity Navigator, Great Nonprofits, and Candid, which underscores our dedication to those we serve. The Marty Lyons Foundation grants wishes to children ages 3 to 17. And what really makes this foundation so special is our willingness to grant not only a first wish, but also consider a second wish to a child who continues to battle a life-threatening illness. We stand by these children, offering them hope and strength through the power of dreams, giving our children the courage to wish for more.
What's your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to live in the big house and drive the nice car? No. Your purpose in this life is to make it a little bit better for those that follow and realize that we live for today to see a better tomorrow.
Visit MartyLyonsFoundation.org to learn more and get involved.
Welcome back to SportsBash. We are at the Collaborate Space Studios in Lynbrook. We're presented by TicketBash.com and the Ryan Anthony Head Start Fund. Unfortunately, we did not hear from John Cirillo, who has this great new book out called Marbles on an Unpaved Road, an Ode to Sheepshead Bay. And what I was going to talk to him about was the fact that I had an aunt and uncle who lived in Sheepshead Bay, and my family would spend so much time at their home in Sheepshead Bay. And when I saw the book come out, I was actually very, very excited to talk to him about the book. But again, when a guest doesn't come up for a show, the first inclination is, oh my God, he didn't show up. But you have to also keep in mind things do happen in someone's life. We hope everything is okay with John, and we'll try to reschedule the interview. Perhaps something came up in his life today, and these things definitely happen. We told you about the upcoming shows. First of all, we're back here in Lynbrook at Collaborate Space on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Next Thursday, we're back at Governor's. And again, we'll have Madison Eisen, sports media, social media sports influencer on the show. We told you Brett Topel, a good friend of mine, will be our FOP on Tuesday, September 2nd from 1 to 2 p.m. He'll be in studio with me for the entire hour. Wednesday, September 5th is our NFL preview show at 5 o'clock. It's a special time, 5 o'clock on Wednesday, September 5th. And then Stony Brook head coach Billy Kosh, Thursday, September 6th. Thursday, September 4th, to talk about the home opener on Saturday, September 6th against Rhode Island. That will do it for this edition of Sports Bash. We're going to end a little early since we cannot reach John. This edition of Sports Bash presented by TicketBash.com and the Ryan Anthony Head Start Fund. Thanks to Chris Ganem and everyone here at Collaborate Space Studios for having us here today. Thanks to our social media coordinator, Connor Kalb. Sports Bash is sponsored by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, by Coaches Collectibles, and by the Marty Lyons Foundation. For our entire crew, I'm Peter Schwartz. Thanks for watching. Sports Bash returns Tuesday at 1 o'clock back at Governor's. Have a great weekend, everybody.